It's dead. It's not dead. Oh my gosh. I don't know what to believe at this point, but as we approach the deadline for the Henry Cavill situation with Amazon Prime Video's Warhammer 40K live action show, we're going to have a lot of back and forth going on. We'll see what actually happens with this. I personally think I'll save my thoughts for the end of the video. How about that? My name is John Arroz, everybody. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Thank you guys for joining us here. We hit 40,000 subscribers this week, and I really appreciate you guys for being here. And the real fans, the real people who are into wargaming and into science fiction, this is a great place, and I really appreciate you guys for being here. I have a project myself. I'm a creator, and I've got the Emerald Array. This is my Space Marine series that I made myself with an artist. And we are on a site called Fund My Comic because Kickstarter banned us because we're too based. They don't like us talking about corporate culture the way we do because they're a bunch of corporate shills over there. Long story short, didn't give me a reason. Of course, just said I violated community guidelines. And so I put this up on Fund My Comic, which is a great free speech website. They're about free artistry. And we have an awesome action-packed adventure of Space Marines versus evil demonic bug creatures. It's a lot of fun. So check this out. This is everything you've been looking for. If you're sick of kind of the way that Games Workshop's been woke, we are doing things in the way that science fiction used to be before they ever existed. And it has some beautiful Jack Kirby-style art on this from just a guy who's amazing. Check it out. It's in the description below. Thank you guys so much. We had a huge day yesterday and over 200 backers, $10,000. Appreciate you guys for all the support. And one more thing real quick. I actually retooled my website, delarose.com. Love for you to head over here and tell me what you think. Let me know what you think about this site. It's mostly book focused. And I've also got my YouTube videos kind of on a side scroll down here. So that people can find them from another option if it doesn't show up on your feeds. So appreciate you guys and your feedback there. If there's anything you want, as from an author standpoint or from commentary standpoint, let me know because I'm here to cater towards you guys. That is everything I want to do, and that's why we provide the news. So let's do this. Apparently, it's not dead. Let's see what's happening here. A new rumor cropped up claiming Henry Cavill's Warhammer 40K live action project is definitely not dead. Interesting. This, of course, goes against the rumor that came out about a week ago on the project. Mr. H Reviews responded to the recent rumor from Arch, claiming that both Games Workshop and Amazon were entirely content to let the project die. Now, that's what Arch was saying. Arch claimed it has been complete radio silence on the matter of the TV show. Ever since we had the last update last time around, it appears as if Amazon and Games Workshop are entirely content to let the project die, honestly. He said, even with a 1-month extension into January, nothing seems to have been produced, no money allocated, no accounts created, no contracts signed, etc. And this is getting pretty late in the project for that to be the case, with this option being up at that point. And it seems like they're at an impasse for some reason. So as to why there's radio silence, it may be that Games Workshop got a little uppity, decided to demand their own authors be allowed to create the screenplay. The Black Library authors are excellent book writers, but they have no business writing screenplays. And Amazon probably knows that, and Amazon probably knows that it can't afford another big flop here. That's interesting. I don't know about that. I would very much be content if Dan Abnett was brought in as a writing consultant and worked with somebody who was a screenplay writer to formulate something. I think we'd have something awesome personally. But with the current crop, I don't know about that. Right now, I would say that the probabilities lean towards this entire thing being dead than being greenlit. But Mr. H Reviews said something completely different. He said it's not dead, and that's pretty interesting here. He said the probabilities lean more towards the entire thing being than ever it being greenlit. I can't say the inverse of that. There's definitely been movement on it, definitely movement 100%. My eyes and ears say that there's definitely some movement. I can't tell you exactly what or how much, but it's the opposite of what Arch is rumoring anyway. It's complete opposite of that. It's definitely not dead, guys, definitely not dead. Well, he says that multiple times. He says there's been movement, and it's contrary to what Arch says. Either way, so whether it's the dead rumor or whether it's this, there's not a lot of substantive what's going on here. It's more it seems like a lot more like speculation. But I don't know who has better inside sources or not, whether Arch does or whether Mr. H does. Obviously, Arch is very plugged into the Warhammer community, and Mr. H is much more plugged in towards movies and TV. So you can just wonder what's going on there. Now, Arch might be talking with somebody around the Games Workshop angle of things, and that they might not have as much information. Honestly, if Amazon's talking about it and developing it, they might not have the contacts in there because, the option agreements, they just kind of pass things on a lot of the times. So it is something that's happening. Now, we do know that from the annual report, the companies had not come together to create creative guidelines, and the deadline to come to an agreement was the end of December 2024. And apparently there was an extension into January on that. That has happened before. Under the terms of the agreement, Games Workshop is granted exclusive rights to Amazon in relation to the films and television series set in Warhammer 40K universe, together with an option for Amazon to license the equivalent rights for Warhammer Fantasy Universe following the release of an initial 40K production. So this is interesting. And as they talked about this back in the day, existing, we don't know exactly what's going on right now. And, these are contradictory rumors. But like I said, it's possible that Games Workshop simply is not involved because they passed on the rights and then they don't have any information. And so, of course, if Arch is getting that there's nothing going on there, no movement, nothing being talked about, it could just be from that angle as Amazon's trying to get their ducks in a row. But on the other front, we have had quite the expensive flop from Rings of Power for Amazon. This is $1 billion thing that's going on. And we're in the second season at this point, and the ratings are atrocious, as we know. And they're going out there doing that full damage control out there, pretending like it's a good thing, pretending like everything's okay on that front. And reviews are terrible on it. Amazon might be a little skeptical about dipping their toes into another very expensive to produce property with a lot of big special effects, like Warhammer 40K, which is a much more niche situation than like a Lord of the Rings situation too, because obviously it's not as big. And so I could see Amazon backing off on this, and I actually personally think that that's probably going to happen. I think the expensive big budget stuff, as we're going into this big economic recession that's they're pretending isn't happening due to the election, is going to hit a lot of these studios coming up in the new year, and budgets are going to be slashed all the way around. We've seen it already start to trickle in to film a little bit. That the Star Wars stuff is getting slashed and canceled. We're seeing that MCU movies and the like are getting lower budgets than they used to, and we're also seeing that things like even to the level of Tim Burton's Beetlejuice, like he wanted to do a movie that was had double the budget of what it was, and they made him cut it. So with something like Warhammer 40K, you need a giant budget to do this right in live action. And that might be the sticking point at this point, because even if it's done well, will it get enough viewers and will it be a big enough of a hit to justify it? For something that's niche science fiction, it's unlikely at best. And honestly, it's so easy to screw up the lore and just screw up the universe. And even little things will upset fans, which they know is going to happen. So it's possible that this thing is going to be scrapped. So I'm going to lean towards this is probably not going to happen, just based on my spider senses of the economy, just based on the fact that there's not been a lot of chatter about this publicly at this juncture, and based on what Arch is saying from before. But it is possible that Amazon is trying to get something together all the same. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. It doesn't mean that it is going to move forward. Either way, we are just in complete rumor land here. What do you think? Do you think that Amazon's actually going to go forward with the Warhammer 40K TV show with Henry Cavill? Leave a comment and let us know. Hit the like and subscribe button, everybody. And do check out my Emerald Array graphic novel on Fund My Comic right now. You're going to absolutely love this. If you love just high tea Space Marine action, this is it. I made a complete male Space Marine unit for you. Because I wanted to push back against the ideas that are going on in the woke agenda out there. And thank you guys so much for the support so far. It's in the description below. And again, check out my website and let me know what you think. We'll be back soon.